So on January 24th, there was a coronal mass ejection from the sun, which is where the sun basically, puffs off a bunch of gas, and it was headed towards Earth, where it hit our atmosphere. And it sounds like a lot of people heard about this. I guess it was kind of big news. I know here in Germany, people knew about it, and the internet I know was buzzing. You know, People were talking about, oh, it's going to cause all kinds of electromagnetic storms. On the one hand, and then on the other hand, how maybe it was going to cause some really spectacular auroras. And okay, I guess as I understand it, the sun is kind of always just kind of sending out particles. That's the solar wind, and because they're coming from the sun, they're charged with energy. And so a few of those particles are always, kind of hitting the earth, and when they hit the atmosphere, they kind of get like drawn along the lines of Earth's magnetic field, you know. And when they collide with particles in the atmosphere along those magnetic field lines, then they cause auroras. That's why we have northern lights. And so on that 24th of January, I was just hoping and hoping that I was going to be able to see the lights. But like it often happens here in Bitterfeld, it was cloudy. And I was like, well, okay, I was disappointed. But I was like, okay, that's just the way it is. But the winter holidays were coming up, and so last week I took a trip up to the Arctic Circle. Hopefully so that I could get a chance to see the auroras. So first I traveled to Stockholm, where I spent a couple of days having a really good time. I really liked Stockholm a lot. And then I took the night train up to northern Sweden to a city called Kiruna, and then from there on a bus to the Abisko National Park, right on the northern border. And now, okay, so I was in Sweden, but I was also in a place called Sapmi, which is the homeland of the Sami people, who are an indigenous people who live they live in northern Sweden and Finland and Norway, and then the northwestern kind of corner of Russia. And in the so this mountain at the Abisko National Park is called by the Sami people the mountain that breaks the clouds. And statistically, I guess it's supposed to have the clearest skies in all of Northern Europe. So I was like, crossing my fingers that I had picked the right place. And that night, this was, I think, the 8th of February, on the ground, it was cloudy, but I took a chairlift up the mountain, and this is what I saw. I was told that in Sami belief, the auroras are the spirits of the dead who are on their way looking for the next world.